This video is a follow on from last month, where I talk about how to lay the draw as a bet and forget. This time I'm going to look at lay the draw as a trading strategy, since this is supposed to be the easiest strategy for beginners, which I am. To begin with, I asked ChatGPT what the likelihood of a draw is, and also what the likelihood of a 0-0 is. You can pause the video if you'd like to see the results. But simply it said that more than likely 25% of games end in a draw and 8% end in 0-0. It also depends on what league it is. My own figures confirm this. The first thing we need to do is work out which games to pick. And since we don't want to draw, the obvious thing is we need a game that's going to have goals. An home favourite is best, and also we need to make a plan for when we're going to enter the market and when we're going to exit. So let's get going with some live examples. The first game is Tranmere against Crawley. I would have liked the average goals to be higher, but I expected second half goals. I entered the market at the beginning, which was 4.0. By half time this had dropped to 2.5, which means if you enter the market now you would have doubled your money. In the 68th minute we get the goal we needed. If we're trading correctly we should now be exiting for a profit, but in this game I'll let it run for the purpose of this video. The next game I expected goals, so again I went into at the start. The goal came in the 23rd minute, so again I should be trading out, but I expected more goals. There's other trading strategies where you play the goals market. We expect goals, but that's for another video. At half time I considered taking my money out and leaving a free bet. This is a good way to protect your bank, but for this video I'll let it run. The first two games was not how to trade. Hopefully the next few are better examples for you. The next game is Bristol against Blackpool. I decided to use the drip method on this one. This is where you split your stake before you enter the market. So I decided on the 30th minute was going to be my first drip, and the second one was going to be at half time. The advantage of doing this is that you reduce your potential losses. The goal came in the 58th minute, so I let the market settle for a few seconds before I hit the cash out button. The next game I also was going to do the drip method. The plan was to split it into three. I was going to do two at £2.50 and one at £5. I did my first in the 15th minute. The plan was to do the second on the 30th, and the third would have been again at half time. But this time the goal came in the 17th, so I've only got one bet into the market. This is one of the drawbacks of doing the drip method. You will only get part of your stake, if any, into the market before a goal comes. If this happens, you just have to accept it, take the win and move on to the next game. Rochdale versus Stockport, I expected goals again, so I went in at the very beginning. We had to wait until the 54th minute until we got the goal. I was about to take my original stake out to leave a free bet, but while I was doing this, a second goal came, so instead I just hit the cash out button. This was another game I identified as being goals, so I went in at the start. This did not go to plan, and in the 50th minute we had a red card. From what I have seen from other videos, when you get a red card really you should exit the game and just take the loss. With me being a beginner, I didn't take this advice and I let the game run, and obviously I took the full loss. My initial analysis was correct and expected goals. This is just one of those games that didn't go to plan and you just move on. The next game was West Ham against Aston Villa. I was actually watching this game and I thought it was a very attacking game by both teams. By half time it was 1-1, so I went to look at the stats. At 2.5 I thought this was a very good price, so I entered the market. Unfortunately, the second half was a bit of a damp squid and there was no more goals. Looking back, what I probably should have done is waited another 5 or 10 minutes into the second half just to see if the game was continuing like it did in the first. This was probably a newbie mistake, but it's something I'm going to have to learn and practice doing. The reason why I didn't trade out, because I come across a lot of games where there's always late goals, and as a beginner that also hooks me in that the turnaround could be any time. Before you start to trade, you should decide if you're going to have a stop loss. This is where you decide on how much you're willing to lose, and when you reach that point you should trade out and take the loss. Now this could be a percentage of your stake, or it could be a certain time in the match, say 75th or 80th minute, and if a goal hasn't come, just trade out. In this section I've just got one game to show you. I could have shown you more, but they're all the same. This game again I decided that I was going to use the drip method. I was going to split my stake into 3. I managed to get 2 of the drips in when the goal came in the 50th minute. Now if I'm trading correctly, this is when I should be trading out, but I didn't, and I paid the penalty as the equalising goal comes in. Because I originally set this up for 3 drips and I only got 2 in the market, I decided to do the third when it was 1-1, still expecting another goal to come, and obviously that goal never did come. I had an opportunity in this game to actually profit, or at least take the free bet. The first priority is when we're trading is to protect the bank. So when we see opportunity to take the profit, that's what I should be doing. I'm still new at doing these videos, and sometimes I speak like a robot. Hopefully I will improve. If you've got this far in the video, thank you very much. I would appreciate it if you just click on the subscribe button and maybe like the video. I'll keep practicing and you never know, I may get better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.